Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time.
Live to the nation from the
Telephone box.
Yep, we've downgraded. We now record from a telephone box.
It's nice to mix up the medium. So if it sounds a little grainy today, it's the telephone box.
Also, rent's gone up, so now
We're going to pull the ship.
so we live in a telephone box now. But we put like a board in the middle.
Yeah, we do a timeshare with the ship now. We have to. We get it for 10 months of the year.
Ooh, we get a lot of it. Who gets the other two? Because I never saw the contract, so you just told me I had to not be there.
Not too sure, but I know one of the days someone who delivered the contract had sent it by carrier pigeon, but space carrier pigeon.
Okay.
And that costs money. That's like the most secure way for a message to be delivered, isn't it?
It
in
is.
space. Anything's sent electronically, it's just instantly hacked.
Oh yeah.
You send it by space carrier pigeon.
It's because in space everything's just you can see everything because there's so much room. It's not like planets where there's buildings and stuff. There's nothing
Yeah.
in space.
Exactly.
So you see all the data floating about. You can grab it.
Floating.
Yeah, just like floating.
You just gotta get your fish net out.
Yeah, you can. The amount of
Throw it
data
out
you
there.
can fish out. It's crazy.
You don't even have to use bait. You just got to be
Yeah.
real accurate at throwing and grabbing.
Yeah, there's data everywhere in space.
I don't even know if it's two different people or if it's one person just getting 2 months, but whoever they are have got some serious money. So
Either
it's
way,
kind of
we've been kicked out.
only for 2 months though.
Only for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yep, we have a maid residency in a telephone box.
$25 bucks. It's quite cheap here.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever see those telephones in telephone boxes?
Yeah,
when...
that's where I often find telephones and telephone boxes.
I heard that's why they named them that. I was always curious, so I investigated, and that was apparently why, because there's telephones in them.
Yeah, I found them in there as well.
Yeah.
What did you actually want to say?
Did you ever see the telephone boxes when the internet started being installed, which had like little screens and you could go on the internet on them?
Yeah, the more modern ones.
I mean, I'm going that far. They were pretty bad screens.
Yeah, but they were trying to...
You could like check your emails and stuff on them.
Yeah, but I also feel like...
He would have an email address but no way to check it, so hang on, I was going to run down to the telephone box to check my emails.
No, but you couldn't just readily check your emails if you're out on the go. I think it was to compensate that, because you couldn't get an email on your phone. Whereas someone might have sent you a carrier pigeon going, I've sent you an email. Oh, I'm not at home. Don't worry, I'll go to the telephone
I'll go to the
box.
telephone box and get my emails.
Yeah.
Did you know some libraries have 3D printers? And you can rent the time to print things.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. I found
I
that.
didn't know libraries still exist.
Yeah, I found
other
that
than in universities.
I found that out yesterday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you
You
can
know what,
like
they're
rent a
trying-
time slot.
I know why. Because they obviously have decided that not a lot of people go and get books from libraries anymore.
So 3D printers.
How can we make things... How can we make the library interesting?
That would explain why the library by me turned into a brothel.
What can you do that's interesting? But I did think that's quite interesting was the brothel was they just read to you
Yeah.
sexy books
Sexy books.
and sexy lingerie,
Ooh.
but they only read to you. It's a different kind of brothel. It's trying to get people back into reading, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine if reading was this sexy and you're like, ooh,
Ooh.
it could be.
It could be if I got involved.
It gets you like, oh, can I borrow the rest of that book? No, you've got to come back again. Come back to the library. Can I get a library card? No, we do this different type of card, but you might not want someone seeing it.
Did you ever have a library card?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be a librarian.
Did you know?
I actually did.
Oh man.
In primary school and secondary school.
Wow.
Man had to keep his librarian creds up. They stopped me doing it once I realised I couldn't read.
You're just burning the books. Got to
Oh,
keep
no,
it warm.
I wasn't burning them.
Oh, okay.
Selling them
Ooh.
to the brothel.
To the brothel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the sexy books like the dictionary. You know, stuff
Ooh,
like
the
that.
sexiest book.
How do we get into libraries?
3D printers.
Oh, yeah. So, you know when you rent the time slots, is it like an hour is 20 quid sort of thing, but if you know you need to print 70 hours worth of stuff?
Well, I didn't know the price plan. I didn't go that far. But so you'd book like they only would let you book like an hour slot. So if you needed to print something big, I don't know how you'd have to print a little bit of it and stick it together later or something. But yeah, you'd book a slot.
The same way with when you go and get a book from there, they only give you the first 10 pages.
Yeah.
If you want the second 10,
You gotta go back.
you gotta go back
And stick them together.
This is probably why libraries aren't under. They should have given them the whole book.
They should have. Yeah, it's a bit weird that they ripped pages out of books.
Yeah. There should be definitely a maximum amount of time you're allowed to print stuff, but I don't think an hour's particularly long in 3D printing.
Oh no, I don't think you can print anything substantial in that time. I think most, like even relatively complete like things take like a day.
Yeah, anything complex, but I think you could do like smaller
A cube.
stuff. Yeah, you could do a cube,
What would I want a cube?
within a day.
What would I want to do with a cube?
So you can say you got a 3D printed cube.
Okay. You can probably just buy one of those.
Yeah, but it's you didn't.
Yeah, but I could lie. I could just buy it and lie.
But you don't lie. You never lie.
Yeah, but anyone else could.
Yeah, but I'm saying you wouldn't lie. So
Okay.
you would have to use.
I'd have to do it. That's the problem. I would. You remember the old when you would cut out the what's the word for it? Like the shape in paper.
A net.
A net, yeah. So you do like at each face of the net.
Ooh, you could do a net cube.
Yeah. So
And
I'd
then
do
you
just
could
do I'd just do a square a week.
That would be quicker to print, I reckon, as well.
Yeah, so I could bash out a square, go back next week, bash out another square.
Well, you wouldn't have to do that.
No, because I don't think I could print out the whole net. And then I think
you could.
I think there's a
It's
problem then
flat.
it folding as well. So I'm thinking of doing each face and then just sticking it together.
Okay, I think that you can get around that if you actually did the net where it's just thinner in the areas. So
yeah, but I think that the whatever the polymer, whatever it is that they use in the 3D printing, I just don't think it's very flexible.
Yeah, but even if it snapped, you would have all printed it in one go.
Yeah, I suppose. But then if that doesn't print in now, then I've got half a net. And
You'd have to work out how long it takes to print.
Oh man, I haven't invested a lot of time into this cube. I'm not going to lie. So far, I've invested
You know
so
what?
much time.
This
into
is what I'm
cube.
saying. I reckon they have to do like you can have a maximum of 5 hours.
No, when I was looking, you could only book hour slots, and they said you couldn't book consecutive slots.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You would have to. Oh man, you'd have to just do.
They're
like you said.
monopolising the 3D print.
Yeah, but then I also think.
It's so people can't go in and like 3D print a house or something. I'm guessing
Yeah, that'd take a while.
it would take a while, and if you just booked up every slot for the next month or whatever it was, and then
I know what it also
they're
probably
stuck
is.
with someone printing a house in the middle of the library.
Obviously, if you like you said, the polymer thing that they use. I think if someone printed it for a solid, just like 10 hours, they'd use loads, wouldn't they?
Mm.
I saw someone trying to 3D print a
Cube.
slug.
I've seen them. The ones that are like all conjoined and they wiggle.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
because they're like
cool.
very slightly curved, they kind of
Yeah,
can go in each
I like
other.
them. They're good.
Yeah.
They look really,
Yeah.
really fun to play with.
So they were printing it. They're 70 hours in.
Yeah.
So they were like near the top of the slug. But one of the things had started shaking. So when it was printing over that part, they were having issues. So you had to like tape it to the
Yeah.
other pieces to keep it still. Really, I would buy a 3D printer just to print a 3D slug.
You probably just buy the 3D slug for cheaper.
No, this is what I'm saying. Why not? Why not? Haven't you 3D printers?
I think they've come down pretty like.
I'm guessing they're still in the like thousands.
Nah, no, not even close. I reckon you can get one now for like a reasonable price.
What? No way. It's got to be at least 1,000. A decent one though.
There you go, 100, 200 quid.
What?
Yeah, they're not that expensive.
No.
That's like a decent one as
Is
well.
it? No way. That is a decent one. Did you get it?
But yeah, they're not that bad now.
How much is the polymer stuff that they use?
Filament. There we go. It's filament. Okay,
20 quid.
20 quid for
A kilogram. Is that a lot?
I don't know how heavy it is. Sure, it was. Why aren't they giving us the length rather than the weight? I don't care how much it weighs. I want to know how long it is. Yeah, it's not very helpful.
Well, there's tensile strength there, so you know for your
Cube.
tensile strength. Yeah, for your cube. Look
Yeah.
at it. Whatever.
Impact resistance, so I can make body armor. But you know, it's not, you know,
Dude,
I mean,
they're not
that
expensive.
looks like a pretty big roll for 20 quid. Like that looks like a decent roll.
That's not bad, you know. Should we buy one?
Let's buy one.
We've got to think of something to print other than a 3D slug.
Cube, I told you.
Maybe we can print stuff that we can sell so we can pay for the extra 2 months back of the space.
But we signed a contract now, so maybe next year we can.
Yeah, so if we save up the money from printed cubes.
This guy's printed a really bad-looking Goku.
Are you getting really into this now? I can tell.
Look at this engine they've printed.
I know, I can see it. I'm looking at the same thing as you.
Yeah, but can you see this one?
Yeah. The only one you got on the screen, yeah?
I was just making sure. I didn't know.
Oh, man, I thought they were like...
You can
still
get like
£1,000.
Yeah, you can get like real fancy ones. So I'm guessing this is huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, I reckon it's the size, isn't it? Because...
Yeah. Oh no, this is tiny. This is like a microwave. Is it? I don't know, it's hard to judge, isn't it? These vacuum things. Now that's got to be pretty big because it's done all those vacuum nozzles.
There's got to be something about the fact that it's encased.
Yeah.
Because that other £200 one was just like open to air.
All the ones I've seen are just open top convertibles like that.
Open top convertibles, yeah. They're not open top convertible 3D.
I think they're more expensive if they look like a microwave.
I wonder why.
Just because you've got that added benefit of it looking like a microwave. Because then you can put it in your kitchen and it doesn't look out of place.
Oh, just in case you haven't got storage for it in your 3D printer.
That's what you're paying the extra $1,000 for. Just for the fact it looks a bit like a microwave.
So someone comes into your house and tries to steal it. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to take the microwave.
Yeah, exactly. Why am I taking the microwave? Yeah. So you got that added safety.
And then you can 3D print food in there.
Yeah.
And confuse people. What's going on? Oh, just the fries are just being warmed up. Oh, but there's nothing on the plate. No, look again.
Yeah.
What?
Good.
There was nothing there a second ago.
Exactly.
Look again. Oh my god! Now there's a burger. That's how fast it prints.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I am.
No, you're not impressive.
Oh. Why am I not impressive?
You are impressive.
I'm as impressive as a pencil. I think pencils are quite impressive.
I reckon there was a time where pencils were very impressive, but I think now they're just mundane, aren't they? No one cares. If you give someone a pencil, no one gives a damn. But I reckon when the first pencil was made, if someone gave you a pencil, you'd be chuffed.
Why do you think pencils aren't as amazing as...
Too many.
Okay.
They've been over manufactured.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that it was more amazing than other writing implements.
No,
but
no,
you just mean
no.
as a general.
Yeah.
Like, wow, someone's giving me something. I don't think that many people were impressed with it because charcoal was there and people used to like engrave.
Yeah, but if you use charcoal, then you get charcoal all over your fingers, and then all of a sudden the pencil rocks up, and you got clean fingers.
I still don't think people.
So you can eat your chicken wings while drawing a cube. Yeah, this is the issue I always had. Now with the pencil, I didn't have that issue anymore. But I say there's so many pencils now that I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Because you can also use pens and stuff now, anyway.
Exactly.
We're doing some chicken wings now.
Oh yeah,
Crispy chicken wings.
Crispy chicken wings.
Is that the theme song?
That's the chicken wing theme song.
When you're eating chicken wings.
No, whenever chicken wings enter a room.
Ooh, any room.
Any room.
I wonder when people started playing the music for chicken wings entering a room.
It must have been after.
Where?
It must have been after theme songs were invented. So when was the first theme song invented?
I was thinking, no, because
I reckon chicken wings became before theme songs. I reckon people doing chicken wings.
Oh, okay, yeah, the whole chicken wings thing, yeah, definitely were before theme songs. But I don't think people started putting it as it, and because you don't play music when any other food enters a room. It just has a theme song generally, like on TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Howeas chicken wings, you actually is the only food you play a theme song when it enters a room.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have a feeling it was after the Second World
They
War.
probably piloted it with chicken wings, and then thought it's just too much hassle. And if we start
It's a
adding
lot of
more
work.
theme songs to more food, imagine if you go to a restaurant and your food's coming out.
Yeah.
It's never going to get anything done.
Oh, it probably got confusing actually, because if someone else had, like, say, a burger coming out at the exact same time as chicken,
Yeah.
what song do you play?
Well,
The
exactly.
chicken wing song or the burger song?
And then if you play both at the same time, it just gets muddled.
And the waiters don't know where to go because they're like, oh, you're playing the burger song and the chicken wing song, and they're going to the same place. Do I just eat both of them?
Yeah, exactly. So
Do I juggle the chicken wings?
they probably piloted it and then, like a lot of things, it got left with chicken wings, and then I thought we're not going to keep doing it because it's just so much hassle. But chicken wings already have a song now.
I don't think the marketing was very good on the whole buy a kilogram of chicken wings, but also buy this theme song so you can listen to. And they were like, I just eat my chicken. I said, no, you've got to buy the theme song.
Yeah, and then there's restaurants actually charged you separately for the theme song.
And then obviously if you wanted to take it home, well, like if you were buying them in the store, you had to buy the theme song.
And then in America, they expected you to tip for them singing the theme song. It's just mad.
I think also they got, I don't know where it was, but they got a little bit cocky and they tried to go, we can capitalise on the theme song thing and change the theme song every month. to try to get people to keep buying the new theme song.
Yeah.
And it's just like, people don't even want to buy the theme
Yeah, the current one.
What makes you think they're going to buy a new one each month?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to hear... Well, I already know it, but... I'd love to hear the full version.
It's probably on record somewhere.
With some theme songs.
When there's probably a recording of when they were thinking of the pilot. They probably had loads. They had to settle on one.
You know where it would have been if it was around at the time? The encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it wasn't around then.
Might have been on in Carter.
Yeah, but I guess it all depends when it started. And I think it was after the Second World War, but how long after, I don't know.
Yes, I mean, it might be on in Carter somewhere, because if they dug it up.
Oh, yeah, but they also had that period of time where they didn't do a lot of work.
If you didn't make it to Carter 95, then that's it, it's lost.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, man. Can't wait. Get some chicken wings. How many chicken wings do you think you could eat in one sitting?
From what sort of chicken? A space chicken? Or a Mars chicken? Or an Earth chicken?
A moon chicken.
Moon chicken. And they're mainly made of metal, so I don't think many, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Yeah, but how many though? Bearing in mind they're really small though, aren't they?
They are small, but I don't want to...
I know they're made of metal, but they're like...
I just don't want to eat metal.
Almost bite-sized.
They are almost bite-sized, but then I'm swallowing metal, and I can't digest metal.
I digest a lot of things, in fairness. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I'd say 8.
I commend you for that, that's impressive.
Yeah. I'm not going to prove it. Because
I'd die.
yeah, basically it might hurt a lot. I don't think I can survive afterwards, but I could definitely get 8 in.
That's fair. No one's saying can you eat them and survive. They're saying how many do you think you can ingest?
Yeah.
The fact that if you drop dead after, then
I think after 8, I just don't think my body would be physically able to swallow with my cut up throat. Good times.
Yeah, impressive.
You're impressive.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I was going to say something about the Guinness Book of World Records, but I don't remember now.
Ooh. You were going to ask if it was around before in Carter?
No, it was a joke, I remember. It was a joke, but I can't say it now. I'll say it later.
I assume that's because it's the greatest joke ever and people aren't allowed to hear it.
They can't hear it. It's too good. And if it gets out and people start telling it, then...
Guinness is going to go under.
They're going to go under, and also there's going to be a lot of stand-up comedians who lose their job because there's no funnier jokes, so that people are just going to want to hear this one joke. And
oh, yeah. And they'll always be in comparison to... It's like
no,
funny,
exactly,
but it wasn't this Guinness World Record for me, yeah.
That's the problem. So, you can imagine what the joke is. Actually, no, don't even try, because if you end up stumbling on it...
I was actually going to reference something. Which isn't rude. I think I can... Oh, I don't know. It was going to be a Will Smith joke.
Yeah, you can reference that, that's fine.
That's alright.
Everyone's ripping out Will Smith at the moment.
Basically, everybody's just going to go out there and start slapping comedians out there because they're not as funny as this one joke.
That's the fear.
I actually think that's why Will Smith really did it. He probably had heard this joke just before he'd gone to sit down.
Yeah.
Chris Rock tried to make a joke.
Chris
Jock. I was saying Chris Jock.
I thought you were saying Chris Trapp.
Well, he could have got joy. He did get trapped. He got trapped into making a bad joke. He made a joke. Wasn't as funny as the joke that Will Smith just heard off stage, the funniest joke in the world. Oh. And then he was just like, look, if you're going to do a subpar performance, I'm going to come and slap you. I think that's the real reason. Everybody's all hating on Will Smith, but actually,
make better jokes.
And you he's just mad about jokes, yeah. I mean, you shouldn't hit anybody anyway, regardless.
Unless the joke's bad.
I do not condone violence in the workplace.
Unless the joke's bad.
Unless the joke's bad. And then I just only verbal violence.
Oh, it's only verbal violence.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I just mentioned
or anything in the midriff region. That's fine.
Yeah, like keep it...
Below the nipples, above the belt.
Yeah. Keep it professional.
That's my rule.
Keep it business casual. Keep it business professional. You know what I mean? Keep it in that area. A light to open hand patting, I think is completely fine.
Yeah.
Just when you go outside that region, you're just asking for a whirlwind of media attention.
You're in the danger zone at that point.
Yeah. Also, you might hurt your hand. You just don't know what's going on because everybody knows to keep that part business professional, ready to be hit. Anywhere else, I'd add to the one.
Everywhere
else, jaw replaced
you could hit some bones. Where the mid areas tend to be quite squishy.
I've heard that's the composite of a human.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's safe.
Yeah, keep it safe. Keep it simple. That's what they say when you're gonna do work violence.
Yeah, that's what they say in the training videos they put out.
The health and safety training videos. This is part 7 of the health and safety training code.
Mm-hmm.
For any business.
any business.
Everywhere, actually, not even just there. It's part 7.
Yeah, but most places will only see it during, like business induction.
Yeah.
Because most people won't watch the health and safety videos in their own time for general life. Just when you start working now, make sure you've watched them. Because even if you say, yeah, I've watched them, they don't know, so they make you watch them again.
Yeah, but I wonder when they started putting it in as well, because, because they've only watched it once. These employees that started years and years and years ago before it was in there.
Ooh, yeah. They might have the old tapes.
Yeah, because they don't get you to rewatch.
It was a free-for-all back then as well. You could use tools and stuff.
I mean, maybe Will Smith is just way older than we thought.
He's going off the old rules.
Yeah, he just looks... whatever, 50, 40, whatever he is. But he's actually like 300 and something. Yeah. Back in the day when you could just start...
He wasn't aware of the hashtag simple and safe movement.
Simple and safe. Because the hashtags were around back then. Good times. Wow. Should we do a question?
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. You can ask it this time.
I'm so proud of myself. I keep remembering that we should do questions. Because normally I just sit there eating glue. And I forget, and you have to ask me, and I'm like, I was going to say that. My teeth are stuck together
no.
from all the glue. Yeah, I can ask it.
Do it then.
Which sport do you think they'll invent next? Well, that's an interesting noise.
It was. That's my thing. That's my new thinking as I'm trying it out.
I like it. Might come up with my own. Who's they?
It's a good question. I'm assuming Earthlings.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
I thought you meant the Commission of Sporting Event
Which
Creation.
would be Earthlings. That's where it's based.
Okay.
They do
yeah,
govern
but I
all
didn't
sports.
know do they just mean generally like anybody on Earth, or do they mean the official sport creators?
The official federation.
Oh, you know what? Well, it's already a sport. It doesn't need inventing. But you know which one I was going to say?
Glueball.
No? Crossboard?
No, because crossboarding's already invented. That's ours.
I know, I just think they
I
need
know
to appreciate
you want it in the Olympics. I want it in the Olympics as well. But crossboarding can't be invented because we've invented it.
I just feel underappreciated.
It's massively underappreciated, but it's because we don't let it get appreciated. Because as we established last time, it's until we become...
We need to get good at it.
Yeah, we need to be the gold medalist in crossboard. And then we will let other people take part.
Yeah.
Once we're veterans.
I do think of a way around it.
Yeah.
Or just every time someone does something that's slightly better than us, we'll create a rule.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I thought that was the plan anyway. But
yeah. My initial plan was to do it fairly, but then I realised we're not very good at it.
We're not very good at it anyway. But yeah, we'll soon be the worst once other people start. At the moment, we're still the best, even though because we're the only ones.
Yeah.
But once we get into the Olympics and we compete and we get the gold medals, we'll have to hire some stooges to be second and third.
Mm.
And then, yeah, once that happens, then we'll open it up to the general public.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's already meant, we know that. But I just really want it to be appreciated. What will they invent?
Glueball?
Glueball. It's a blue ball.
That's a different sport.
It's a different sport. Glueball. Okay. What? Oh, so you're not going to tell me the rules? Have a look at. You have this look on your face. You're just going to go. I'm going to go. And what is it? I don't know. But it's going to be called Glueball.
No, so Glueball. It's a ball sport.
Yeah.
That's suggested in the name Glueball.
Okay.
It plays a lot like every other ball sport.
Okay.
Because they're all the same.
Every single ball.
They're all the same. Football, American football, rugby, cricket, tennis.
In what way are they the same?
They have a ball.
Okay.
So it plays similar to all those.
As you say, like, oh. It's just like, let me see where you go with this. Go on. Okay, yeah.
I'm going with it. But, so it's a large ball made of glue. So the
dried though.
Yeah. So this is what makes Glueball. So the main the main structure of the ball is hardened glue.
Yeah.
Then the exterior is wet glue.
Okay.
And the point is, you need to stick it to an opposing member of the team, and then they need to jump through a fire hoop.
While it's still stuck to them? Okay, but if they manage to remove it before it goes through... before they go through the fire... Or have to go through the... Wait a minute. Do they have to go for them...
If they don't make it through the fire hoop, they lose 10 points.
So that if they get the glue ball stuck to them, they have to make it through the fire hoop? Okay, is there anything
So the idea is the opposing team. So they stick somebody on you with the fire hoop, and then you've got like 30 seconds to jump through. No, sorry,
with the glue ball.
With the glue ball.
Dude, I'm already confused with this.
And then once you stick an opposing team member with the glue ball, then they've got to get through the fire hoop, and then your job is to stop them getting through the fire hoop. So you sort of elect someone you're going to try and stick with the glue ball, and also you got to remember he's trying to stick to your foot as well. And if you get stuck to your foot, you've got to get through their fire hoop because otherwise you're going to lose 10 points.
Okay, yeah, but how would you stop them? Are you allowed to just like physically beat them, or you just get in the way?
Like American football rules, like there's some contact to it, but you can't just straight up hit someone with a chair.
So not wrestling rules then?
No, you can't powerbomb somebody away from the front.
Okay, so say you get the glue ball stuck on someone.
Yep.
Does that mean then someone else could accidentally get stuck onto them?
Oh yeah.
Then what happens if it's two opposing
Tandem
players?
fire hoop. And both of them have to make it through the fire hoop. One of you can't get unstuck because that's like...
Then you lose 10 points.
Yeah.
Do you gain any points? Is that
no? Both teams start on 100 points.
Yeah. Oh, so like darts.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you should be able to gain points. Like if you get through the fire hoop without having anybody contact you.
Okay. Yeah. So
you not only get the fact that if someone does try to block you, so like you said, American football rules that if someone blocks you, but you still get through, you don't lose 10 points, but you didn't gain anything. But if you manage to get the glue ball on you and get through a fire hoop before anybody makes any contact with you, you actually gain 10 points.
Yeah.
The reason that's interesting is people can't then just throw the glue ball from 8 miles away because then it risks them giving you 10 points. You have to be close enough because then there's the risk of kind of like...
I think if you make a tandem fire hoop jump as well, that's got to be worth some points.
Who gets the points? Because they both made it?
No, the team gets the point. If it's opposing members, I don't know. Because then I think everyone loses points there. Because if you get stuck with the glue ball...
Actually, yeah.
If you stick a teammate to you, you're then increasing your risk of getting caught.
I like the idea that if both team members don't make it through, they lose 20 points. Now, let me explain why. If both teams have the same number of points... Obviously, nobody wants to lose points, so they're obviously going to go very quickly to the fire heap. Now, if someone's near the end of their points, like 10 points...
No, there's going to be like an offside rule as well, so you can't just sit by the fire hoops.
No, not sit by the fire hoops.
Okay.
So, say one team's on 10 points and another team's on like 30 points, and they accidentally tandem... The team on 30 points will happily lose 20 points, because the other team will lose then, because they'll go 0. And we know when it's 0, the fireballs, the fire hoops turn off.
Oh, I was going to say they like fell on people or something. they fall on the crowd. Once the crowd's gone, the game's over.
The fire hoops start revving up, spinning into the crowd. No, so because I'm guessing the rule is you start on 100 points, and if you get to 0, you lose.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you got 10, and the other team's got 30, and you both tandem up, you're going to want to try to get to the tandem hoop, but they won't.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to either detach them or drag them through.
That's true.
So I think the 20 points would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a way to gain, maybe gain more points. I feel there's a lot of ways to lose points.
Glue ball's still in the early days.
By the way, as you can tell, completely, I'm down with glue ball. Glue ball is the game.
Yeah, man.
You hit the nail on the head. First time in our career, I've answered a question, and it's just been right straight away. But I do think we need to just clarify the rules of glue ball.
I think there needs some sort of dribbling rule as well, because I don't want people just dribbling on the glue ball. Because if it gets too wet, it's not going to be sticky anymore.
Well, I was thinking the fact that also glue dries out,
so
there has to be like dunking tanks near each team.
Ooh, yeah.
To keep the ball gluey.
I'm guessing no, but I suppose between each drive or whatever it would be, the ref would re-glue the ball.
But you just don't know how long the drive's going to be, because if someone throws a glue ball at someone and it doesn't stick to them, so I'm guessing we'll do something along the lines of add in sort of like a dodgeball rule. If they wear the gloves and they catch it, then it won't stick to them. But if it hits them anywhere else,
if you catch it in your hands, you're fine.
Which means it could go back and forth for a while, so it could dry out. So I think dunk tanks need to be
dunk tanks would need to be. Yeah, definitely.
Should we have multiple balls on the go as well?
I was thinking that, but I think then is there too much going on? I don't know.
Nah, not really.
How many people are on a glue ball team? Because I was thinking 6.
Oh, see, I was thinking like a single-digit number as well.
I don't want too many people.
I wanted a number for something that they don't have. Like, Is there any sports where they only have 8?
I don't know.
Is water polo 8?
No clue.
Okay. I know 5 is a lot of stuff. Oh, wait a minute, 6 is dodgeball, isn't it?
Yeah, that sounds sort of right.
7?
Yeah,
they do 7 aside football, 7 aside hockey.
Yeah, but no one cares about those sports.
I'm at 9.
I think 9's getting right to the upper limit of what a glue ball can handle.
But this is why I'm saying if you had 2 balls...
If there's 9 people, you need 2 balls.
Yeah.
With one ball...
Because it was just a lot of people just stand around doing nothing.
Yeah. If there's 9 people, you need 2 glue balls. Definitely. If it's 6, I reckon 1 glue ball might do it.
I like the idea of 9 people, 3 glue balls.
Oh, man.
You think that's too many, but I think how many dodgeballs they have. Are they allowed to...
Yeah, but you've got to remember with dodgeball, you're very much governed to your side of the pitch.
So are you going to say they can just literally run wherever they want?
Well, you have to, because it's like football where you start on the opposite end of where your fire hoop is. So if you're on that side, you're throwing the glue ball that way, and then their fire hoops are there. So they've got to come through you to get through the fire hoop. Which is why getting through untouched has got to be worth points, because you've got to go through the whole team, essentially, yeah.
But there's no keepers. They're not allowed to have someone just guarding the fire hoop. I like that idea.
I think there would be, like, well, I don't know what the word is, positions. Because you'd have... I was trying to think of what you call somebody in a different place on the team. I don't know, it's a sports thing. You would have people that you want to get glue balled. You'd have, like, your agile runners, but then you'd have your big beefy boys that would, like, if they get glue balled, they would pick up one of your runners and stick them to them because they're big and beefy and they're just going to run through.
Yeah.
So you would have your different positions in the team.
So you know how you... no, if you get glue balled and you go through the fire hoop and say it's just you and your mate on your team, you just don't lose 10 points. You just get 0. But why would they want to stick one of their own team members on the glue ball as well?
Because it's a tandem. If you get 2 people through it, it's worth more points.
But it was never worth any points if you get through it 2 anyway.
No, I think it should be. I think if you get glue balled and then you either accidentally get stuck to one of your... Because it's a glue ball. If you accidentally bump into one of your teammates, you're going to get glued to them.
Yeah, or like you said, stick them to yourself. Yeah.
And you manage to get through... Because if you've got 2 people...
Okay, I like that then, so...
Because you're running the risk, then you're increasing the chance of you not getting through, because it's so easy to stop 2 people running through in tandem through the fire hoop.
Yeah. I think... Okay, so if you have the glue ball stuck to you...
Yep.
And you get through the fire hoop without being touched, 10 points.
10 points.
If you get through, but you're touched, then 0.
You just don't get a negative.
You just don't lose any points.
You've managed to, like, circumvent you losing points. Yeah. It's still, it's still quite good getting through, and you just don't lose anything.
But if you manage to get someone on you and you both get through, you get 20 points.
Yeah.
If you still get through but you were touched, you still get 10.
Yeah.
Per extra person.
Yeah, per person. Yeah.
So if you stick the whole team to it, then they're going to want to try to stop you.
Yeah.
Ooh. How many fire hoops? Just one on each side, or was there 3 on each side?
I was thinking maybe 2 on each side. I think 3 just gives it too many. There's too much going on.
Yeah, I think 2's a good number. 1's too little. I think.
Yeah, 1's too few.
Though you don't technically have a keeper,
you can just sort of gang up around it. You need to give them options.
I think you've got to.
That's why basketball never took off, because they only have 1 hoop.
And you got to be boring. 1 ball, 1 hoop.
Exactly. No one cared.
All you do is running up and down and putting the ball in.
So that's why basketball never took off. So we need to make sure we're doing better.
We'll have to make sure that the coverage, because there's 2 balls on the go.
Yeah.
We'll have to have like a number of set cameras per ball.
Well, how do they film?
3 cameras.
How do they film dodgeball? Because that has a lot going on.
Small arena. I think we're going to need quite a big arena, not football stadium size, but bigger than the dodgeball size.
I suppose what we could have is one sort of aerial camera almost, which has like an overview of the pitch, so you can watch a big.
Oh. And then have individual ball cameras.
Yeah,
that you can use for highlights.
Is happening. Yeah, then so you've always got the full overview, and then we'll have cuts to what's going on. Because obviously, a lot of the time, it's just going to be throwing the ball, catching it, and then back and forth like that.
How long do they have to get through the fire hoop?
So I was thinking originally 30 seconds, but then I think that's too short.
Yeah, because actually, we want to give them the opportunity to make the game interesting. Do you choose to get a team member on there and go through? Do you just go for a straight run, knowing you've only got 30 seconds and bash out people? Or do you go from a zigzaggy slalom run?
I'm thinking a minute. I think once you get stuck, you've got a minute. So I think that's quite a long time. Also, it depends on the size of the pitch.
And distance.
Yeah, so it depends on the pitch size. If we're talking like something just maybe slightly larger than a dodgeball field, then I think a minute's plenty. If we go up to, I don't know, what is...
Which also makes the game quite interesting, because you'd want to get someone glued up. Oh god, he just got glued up! That is going to be one of the things that the commentator says.
Yeah.
If you get glued up while you're really close to your end, and you've got to go all the way to get the fire hook from the other side, it makes it quite interesting that you've only got a minute, because you'll have to do just a lot of sprinting and go for the...
Also, there's going to be like tactical gluing, because if you glue somebody on the knees, how hard is it going to be to run up the pitch? Like, people are ideally going to...
Especially if you glue them with their knees together.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. So there's going to be people aiming, so like, because if you get it on your chest or something, you're fine. But if you glue somebody, as you said, right between their knees, no chance.
Yeah. If it's on the back or something, you're good. You can even... It's actually really good, because you can just throw someone on you and just...
Well, exactly. This is where I say, like, the positioning and stuff comes in, because you're going to have the people who are trying to turn.
I like the idea of having power runners.
Ooh.
Like, so, as you said, big beefy boys.
Yeah.
Who, if someone on their team gets glued up, just attaches themselves to one of these
Exactly.
boys,
Yeah.
they bash through. Just on the premise of not losing a point.
No, exactly. Yeah, so I think you'd have your catchers, the people who you really don't want them to get glued, but they're really good at catching and then like throwing to get the knees.
Yeah.
You'd have your small agile boys who they're going to try and, like, when the glue balls come in, they're going to try and get it on their back. They're going to try and turn.
And try to get the extra points.
Exactly. And then they're going to sprint, and then you're going to have your beefy boys who are just going, they don't care. They get stuck on their face if they want.
You're also going to have throwers, don't forget, because you want people who are quite accurate with the glue ball.
Well, are we going to allow... Well, yeah, I suppose we'll allow passing between your own team, because if you fail the pass and you get stuck on the neck or something, then you've got to go and try and score. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Which actually means it's quite interesting, because you'll have beefy boys for runners, like, sort of like, not blockers, but, you know, people who will make sure they stop points getting lost. You'll need catchers, who might also be throwers as well, but I'm thinking... There's an art to catching. Like, you get people in NFL and sports who are purely catchers.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right there.
You need throwers.
And also, you'll get some teams who will just run combined throwers and catchers, but then you'll have teams who run the specialised catchers and the specialised throwers.
I think the only rule we'll have is, because you'll have people who are good blockers as well.
Oh yeah.
I think the only rule you'll have to have is you have to have at least 3 different variations of team players, because it's 9 players. So you could have 3 and 3, or 8 and... no, 4 actually. Because it'll stop people just having 3 runners, 3 things and things. But, you know, I'm thinking...
But what defines, like, you could claim, you could go, oh yeah, well they're all different positions, but then you could just have all catchers on your team. No, that's the problem. So I don't think it's just going to be a tactical...
I think there's also a possibility of cross, sort of like, you can have someone who's a beefy boy runner, who's a blocker as well.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
I think that's quite interesting actually, because that's where the time would like do. Okay, that person's been glued, but this person's coming through. Do we try blocking them, or do we go
exactly?
Because we've only got 2.
Well, there's like that. That's why there will be never any point of running just a whole agile team, because then they're all just going to mow through. Yeah, there would have to be team dynamics, because otherwise, every time you glue one of them, they're just going to power through your whole team.
This game is awesome.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
This is the best game. Why have people not invented this game before?
This is why I said it's going to be the next one. It's long.
It's a bit long overdue. Yeah,
it's long overdue.
Massively overdue.
This is why when I saw the question, I already knew it was going to be Glueball, because Glueball should be made a long time ago.
I had no idea what I was going to say. I'm so glad you already knew the answer. Because not it's the answer.
I know.
Substitutes and injuries. What are we going to do with that?
Yeah, you definitely need a bench, because people are going to get hurt in Glueball. It's a contact sport with glue. Like.
There's so many I've got glue in my eye. I think there should be a rule about you have to wear goggles.
Yeah, it'd be a goggle sport, definitely.
You'd have to play... What surface do you play it on?
A court. I don't think it'll be a grass sport, because you throwing a glue ball, if it hits the ground, it's just going to get covered in grass, and then you've got the losing the stickiness. It would be a court.
I think it should also be caged.
Whoa.
So the glue ball can't go out, but it can bounce.
Well, you see, I was thinking in like a hockey arena, so where you got the perspex.
See, the reason I don't think about the perspex is once enough glue starts hitting the perspex,
you're not going to
see.
Yeah, okay.
And it's so hard for
unless it's played in a sunken arena, so the spectators are above the arena almost.
I was thinking that, but okay, there was another reason I thought about the cage.
Okay,
you know,
just makes it look really dangerous.
No, but yeah, obviously,
because then also it's a cage sport. Like, it just sounds so cool.
I was thinking, you know when you pay for your expensive seats at the front, so if the ball hits the edge, you can get glued. You're like, I'm going to take some glue home with me. Or You know, they do that in like water parks where you're like, oh, do you want to sit at the front? You can get wet.
Yeah, I think it does add that interaction.
So
Definitely.
those are going to be the expensive, like all the the niche seats.
You know, so you'll have like people taking selfies with glue all over the face,
And then you'll have perspex boxes near the cage for celebrities. Like, don't want to get
the
glued,
fancy boys,
but they're like
who they want to pretend like they're into Glueball, but they're not into Glueball.
But they want to be closer because they want to get the expensive. And they'll be raised seating, so they'll actually be like you go in your glue thing, and you.
They'll also probably have like fake glue dispensers so they can pretend they've been glued.
Yeah. Got a squirty bottle of glue.
Bloody losers.
Yeah, I think the cage. That's why I like the cage.
Oh, I know. I'm on board. I'm 100% on board with
I
the
did
cage.
think perspex first because you can't have an open arena because you just have some.
You'd lose the glue ball every time, and then some kid is going to get it stuck on his head.
And the reason I like the idea of 3 balls on there is technically the game doesn't stop. Whereas with like.
It's actually going on.
Well, it can do because it's first team to get to 0.
Yeah.
So you could just literally just have a game.
No, I think there would be a time limit, and then it would just be person with the highest remaining points wins.
How long do you think people could just run non-stop for?
Yeah, so how is dodgeball played in quarters or in halves?
I think it's till everybody's out, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no, it must have a time limit. Basketball's played in quarters, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if we split it into quarters, they do 15-minute quarters?
Yeah, but don't forget, they get the ball. The ball goes out. They get that half a second where they get I don't know if there's only 3 balls going on. I guess there's certain players that you can kind of walk around a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if we do 15-minute quarters, and then obviously you get the opportunity to then sub out your team.
I still wanted to mix it up a little bit.
Fifths.
Okay. Because there's no sport with fifths.
No, okay, yeah, it's fine. Because then
10-minute fifths.
10-minute fifths. I think that makes more sense because I think it's going to be. It's a high octane sport. People are going to get tired.
10 minutes of just pure adrenaline running. You got 9 players on there, 3 balls.
Oh, what if there's a point system done by judges as well? So if no one points are decreased during a fifth, then the judges decide who wins that fifth. So there's always that to be performing your best as well. Because there's going to be times when no one manages it. No one either gets glued or no one makes it through the fire hoop, and both teams just end on 100. Or end on 90 or whatever.
Sudden death. There'll be some sudden death. We won't get a judge to it. I don't like immediate.
I'm in judges.
Yeah, we'll have referees and stuff.
Yeah.
There'll also be a referee per ball.
Oh yeah, you can't. There'll be different coloured balls.
Why?
I think it adds that just like they're all will function the same, and there's not any difference. But if there's like a red ball, a blue ball, and a yellow ball, I think it's easier to call out highlight moments because you could be like, so and so's just been snagged with or glued with the blue ball, and then also because the referees are monitoring balls, and if people are throwing and catching balls, it gets very difficult.
See, this is why I like the fact that they'll all be the same, because if you go out with a game plan and you say, okay, well, you're going to be on blue, well, you make your game too. Whereas if everybody's like, okay, you make sure you ball 1, which one's ball 1, that one, okay,
so the balls are different colours. So then all the ball for the players.
Maybe they can have internal sensors so the referee.
No, this is what I was going to say. So all the balls look white to the players, but they have a chip in or something.
Yeah.
So when they're filmed, they show as different colours, and to spectators on the screens, they will show as different colours.
Yeah.
But for the teams, they all look like white balls.
I don't know if there's that technology yet.
Oh yeah, there definitely is.
Okay,
without a shadow of a doubt, that could be done.
That's right. I don't know.
Yeah,
you're the science boy here.
So yeah, I reckon that would work because then it's easier to spot highlight moments.
Yeah, no. I like the idea of being able to get the televised thing, but I think from the sport aspect of it,
I
want
agree
there
with
to
that.
be just like I don't want there to be
white.
chaos, but you can't just go out and go, well, here's blue team, you make sure you just work on that. Team, they're going to have to talk to each other out there. They're going to have to make sure on it. The only thing I realised was, you don't know 3 balls per 9 people is going to be enough.
No, I think it will.
Nah, because say you've got a glue person over there and you're coming to attack here. Say I'm a defender. That's just 2 people out of the game.
Yeah, but it's 3 balls per side, isn't it?
So 6 balls.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Oh, that's fine then. I thought you meant 3 balls in total.
No, I thought you were suggesting it was 3 balls per team. So each team had their 3 blue balls.
That's fine. If we're doing 6 balls, that's perfect.
I know. I thought that's what you were saying.
That's perfect.
Oh no, I thought that was the premise.
I think maybe it's confusing because I said the whole dodgeball thing.
Okay. No, I was thinking it's each team has their 3 balls.
Yeah.
Because then they could have like their logo and stuff on their ball as well.
Nah, see, this is where I think they should be allowed to use the other team.
I know you can use the other team balls, but I think it'd be quite cool that they had their own logos and stuff on the ball.
Yeah. And you
none of it
both
matters, 'cause you can
bring
still
your own
be-
3 balls,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and you use any ball, but,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, just for TV and selling and
like
merchandise.
merchandise and stuff, exactly that. But you can use any ball; it doesn't matter. But it just looks cool.
Yeah, and there's literally no point to using your own ball.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
there's no like advantage.
I think
to
that's.
it.
I think we've nailed most of the rules there.
Yeah.
The only thing, obviously, is substitutions. We'd have to have a bench. We don't quite know the numbers yet.
I think you're allowed a whole team on the bench. I think you get a team of 9 and 9 on the bench, because you're almost going to want to be almost swapping your whole team out every because they're going to be so fatigued. You're almost going to swap your entire team
Is
out.
10 minutes enough each half? Should we do 12 and it's still an hour? 12-minute half? 12-minute halves? 12-minute fifths?
Yeah, 12-minute fifths
60-minute
with
game.
a whole team side.
Yeah.
But you don't have to swap out. You can choose. But then I reckon you're going to pretty much get through a whole.
And they get a
team.
longer break in between. You know how, like, in some games they're really short? Because a 60-minute sport that people go to pay for is quite short. But if they have a 10-minute intense thing, but then they get 15 minutes of break...
Nah, I think 15 minutes is too long.
No, but then people can go and get beverages and stuff, so, you know...
So I think you do 2 fifths,
Yeah,
and then between those you get like a 5-minute break.
yeah.
Then between the second and third fifth, you get like a 15-minute.
Oh, I like this. Then do 2 more.
Yeah.
Then you get 15 minutes before the final
Exactly.
one. Because that's oh, yeah.
So I think it just keeps the momentum. a
Okay,
bit.
well, let's do 20 minutes in between them because we need to make sure that people can go and buy popcorn and
Yeah,
drinks,
yeah, yeah.
because we've got to make money. And if they miss them, it's only 10 minutes of pure
Pure
yeah.
action.
But I do like the whole, literally, they just go to the bench and they kind of reassess. Okay,
Exactly, and then they're
right,
back
we need to
on,
this,
and
you're
then
not watching this
then
and
they
stuff
get a
like-
proper
yeah.
break, and then then they go back in, and then obviously the final
Yeah.
fifth is, fresh team back on.
We'll do 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see how 20 minutes feels.
I
and
think
if they
20
need it.
minutes is the right, but yeah.
But yeah, that, and then obviously with carding, it will just be like, I'm guessing, rules around, like you said, no bashing someone while they haven't got a glue ball in their hand or are not about to catch a glue ball or anything like that.
Yeah.
No hovering around fire hoops and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have to create a whole rule book. That's for another day.
Exactly. Glue ball?
Glue ball?
That's easy.
Man. Well, no, the game was... The title of the game was easy, and I think the premise of the game, I think it just needed fine-tune, but you would want from... I'm not going to deny it.
I told you I saw
Well, you have the brains in
saw
the
the question.
telephone box.
I saw the question and I knew.
It's because you have the brains in the telephone box.
I do like the telephone box.
I feel like it kind of contains your creative juices, whereas in the ship, it's bouncing up everywhere.
it's
You
everywhere.
can't catch one.
Exactly.
They're falling out, and people catch them out there. But yeah.
Right, that's supposed to call that a wrap because we're getting right to our upper limit.
Okay, get out of here.
We're
and
running
have a
out
time.
of data in the telephone box.
Oh yeah, the internet's right now.
Bye bye.
Bye.